Hi, and welcome to Sunday Segue, coming to you straight out of the UK, and boy, what a show we have for you tonight. Let's get things started. Tonight's contest will be a triple threat match. Introducing first, coming to you live from Newport, Wales, weighing 161 pounds, the technical and sound engineer, Sugar, the Gallon Sugar, Sugs. Next up, we have a man, Bristol born and bred, with countless hours of ring experience, weighing in at 175 pounds, our resident wrestler, the human highlight reel, E2J! And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the No Twitter fan coming to you straight out of Bristol, England, weighing in at 168 pounds, your host, Kinny Killa!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's Sunday, it's episode 11. I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man, no Twitter fan, Kinny Killa. And you know, I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the gal them sugar, Sugs.
Yo.
And don't you ever forget the human highlight reel, Mr. E2J.
Oh, hey, yo.
And we have a guest today. He is the man in the intro, the guy behind the voice, Mr. Jace The Ace Clarkson.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding, dance silent swing, ding, DJ ear stuck up in the earbone rhythm, ding, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding.
Hi, welcome to the Sunday Segue, and one hell of a show we have for you tonight. How's it going?
I'm loving it, bro, loving it, bro.
Switching on us.
That's what I'm saying. It's glad to have you part of the crew, as always. Like I said,
I've been trying.
Like I said before, all it takes is a drunken phone call, you know, a bit of abuse to Kinny Killa, and then, you know,
friend, or, you know.
Yeah, but like I said before, people don't always try because you may end up with a net back, all right? And for those of you that don't know what it is, just ask me, and I'll deliver. Right. All right, guys. You had a good weekend, Sugs E2J? Good weekend?
It's better now, man. It's better now. Work done. 6 a.m. start. Well, up at 5 a.m. Barbecue on the way after the podcast. Get to talk some wrestling. It's all good.
What, no invites?
Shut up, man. Shut up, Jace. You had your barbecue yesterday just like me.
I went to 2. It was a good time.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Looks like the toilet got murdered. End of story. All right, guys. As always, please follow us on Twitter. It's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Got to give a shout out to Mr. Sam Davey. You know, he's doing his thing. He's one of the biggest fans of the show. You know, always hollering at us. So shout out to you, my friend. Also follow the blog, the sundaysegue.blogspot.co.uk. Listen to our episodes and watch our episodes on YouTube. Nice little video package put together by the hashtag Tech Guy Shirts. Also, email us at sundaysegue@gmail.com. Listen to our shows on the Great Podomatic and download that Double Twist player. Right. Now, Jace, as always, for our guests. That's right, Shugs, I didn't forget this time.
Okay, good lad.
You have to give us your best Fandango impression. Tell us your favorite current wrestler and your favorite wrestler of all time. So, roll with the Fandango impression.
Okay, like, I'm feeling a bit rough. I was practicing over the weekend. So, Fandango. That's the Fandango right there.
You know, I'm feeling it. That's a good impression. You know, you gotta put it in. You can't just do a Fandango impression. You have to be Fandango. You know, and he's feeling it. So
let them A's breathe.
Exactly. Gotta let the A's breathe.
Oh my god. Okay, the wrestlers, my friend.
Right, the thing is, I was thinking about this the other day. My favorite wrestler of all time. Like when it comes down to it, whenever I've made like wrestlers or I'm basing stuff, whatever I'm playing, it's always HBK. It's always the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Always. So
my man.
I go, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. It just says it all,
Hands off the merchandise.
And yeah, like at the moment, I mean, as of what I've seen recently, I'm kind of The Miz and Daniel Bryan. I think I'm more.
Are you mental?
No, hold up. You just
I did,
you didn't
yeah.
just say The Miz.
I did just say The Miz, just because
It's 2013. It's not 2010.
It's not even that. He's got that je ne sais quoi. There is just something about The Miz.
He's definitely got that je ne sais quoi on his arm, but
on his arm and on his team. That's okay. I rate him for that. I rate him for his gal, but that's about it.
But yeah, it's just it's just certain things like the special referee did, like the way he just handled that. I quite like the little bit of style there. Okay.
Listen, it's Jace's opinion, so we got to kind of back off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to kind of back off. But you'll hear our shit on The Miz a bit later. But okay, that's cool. Right, well, we're gonna head into the Deadly Dirtsheet. Mr. Jack Swagger is out until August. It looks like he's had a mysterious hand injury. He posted it out on Twitter, and the picture has a picture of a gash with loads of stitches. So, geez, it don't look too good. Shugs, what do you think about this?
Well, how did he do it? Is it like a non-wrestling related injury, like Hulk Hogan when he like blew up his hand?
Literally.
Because obviously it wasn't in the ring, was it? He didn't do it in the ring, or we didn't see anything on TV.
Smashed his bong or something.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, smashed his bong.
Yeah.
We didn't see them throw no X's up, so.
Nah, but I just think he's had a bit of a dodgy period. Obviously, he had like the DUI, and then he like kicked Ziggler in the head. Although they said he didn't get enough heat for that, and it seems like nothing was sticking on him. He was doing all these things, and he kept like ballsing things up, and then nothing was sticking. He kept getting pushed, but now it seems like it took an injury to get him, off TV, really.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I just don't think he was doing it. I think Zeb Coulter was more over than he was.
And that says it all, innit? He's got the Del Rio syndrome, where your manager is more over than you are. Jeez. Okay, second piece of news on the dirt sheet is there's major plans for the tag team division. So basically what's happening now, they are bringing up, obviously, the Wyatt family. At the moment, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are the current NXT Tag Team Champions. They're bringing them up. They're going to base a nice little feud with the Usos and the Shield. So that's why on this show we'll talk about the Usos, but they're getting pushed. And so are the Wyatt family and a couple others that they're planning in NXT. They've got a couple partnerships going on. Jarrett Dillon and some next dude with their French manager, Sebastien Lafort. So, yeah, watch this space. Jace, what do you think of the tag team division at the moment? Are do you like the tag team division at the moment?
The thing is, like, obviously you got every now and again, I like the characters when it comes to the tag teams. Obviously I know wrestling's a big part of it, but to me it's the showmanship. So when you had like Uncle Jebediah when he was around, that had me, I was going there. I mean, yeah, it's just, to me, you haven't got the relationships like, for example, the Rock and Sock connection. We kind of got, Team Hell No just kind of got the laugh there. You got the Shield just being serious. I like the characters in it, and I feel there's not as many as there used to be. But yeah, really, just be good to see what they do with it.
I mean, we got a couple characters debuting soon in the Wyatt family, so.
Do you know what? When I seen the little promo for them, it just kind of reminded me of the Bushwhackers. Like, how it just like the just the setting, like the dungarees and all sorts, and the big beards. It's like, okay, let's see what happens.
Okay, I'm just gonna warn you now. If you compare the Wyatt family to the Bushwhackers, Shugs is gonna have you, bro.
That's 2 strikes so far. 2 strikes. One more. That's it. I'm going in.
I'll have to save it.
Okay, and then the last piece of news on the dirt sheet is which we're going to all be happy about, is there is major news that Daniel Bryan is going for a massive push over the summer. Hence why everything right now is happening about him. He's getting loads of TV time, and the plan is for him to have a major push over summer, which means he's going to be in pay-per-view main events. Now, E2J, how do you feel about this news?
I think they've ran with him. They've seen what he can do in the ring. I mean, it seems like each week he's raring to get out there. He's just smashing people up in the ring. He's putting it on. This is in the ring. Obviously, now they've put him with Kane. Team Hell No. He showed his personality. He showed his mic skills. He showed that he's likable. Even when he's heel, he's likable. He's over. He's got the yes chance, got the no chance. Cena's time is going to be up soon. I think they're grooming him to be the next. Like, this guy could be, like, pretty much could be the face of the company. I think that he's capable of doing that. Definitely. Yeah, like I said last week, I want to see Punk versus Bryan, man. Like, squaring off in that ring. That's what I want to see. I mean, there's plenty of other good matchups you could do, but yeah, this is good news. This is good news. About damn time.
Yeah, I would love to see CM Punk as WWE champion, Daniel Bryan as world champion, and just an undisputed championship match.
Title versus title.
Title versus title, all out 60-man Iron Man match, title versus title. That would be epic at WrestleMania. I don't care what anyone says. That would be so sick.
You heard it first.
There you go. Okay, guys, at the end of the Deadly Dirt Sheet, we're going to go straight into Raw.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Segment 1. Stephanie McMahon, Vince McMahon promo. E2J, did you like the start to Raw?
Yeah, man. Good start. Instant, like, pop. Instant heat from both of them. I don't think you can fault any of them. Vince is rocking the Attitude Era haircut. He's growing that back. He looks healthier. I don't know if that's just the hair or what, but yeah, Vince and Steph coming out, that was good. She knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to work the crowd. They did their job, so I think it was good. It's what you kind of expected, and yeah, it just went with it. I wasn't like disappointed by anything on that segment, so yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, Jace, was you surprised to see Steph McMahon come out?
Do you know what? It's just I was just like, Steph, you still got it. There's a little soft spot in my heart for Steph McMahon. I don't know if it's the power, just being the boss's daughter, but I thought as well she just did well. It's just one of those things where there's people that you just haven't seen for ages, and when they come back, they just still got it. They're still doing their thing like it. It's like riding a bike, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just straight in there, and yeah, no problems. I thought it was a bit emotional how Vince, he's trying to speak to the crowd about their one more times, and they wasn't having it.
Nah, they was on it. They was on it, man. Shugs, do you think this whole situation will lead to a match between Triple H and Kurt Axel at Payback?
Well, with only one show, looks like the go-home show tomorrow. So, I think they're going to have to do it, because he said he's going to fight him on Raw, and they said no, he's not. So then, whether they'll keep them apart again tomorrow and then have the match at Payback, I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting how they seemed to be burying him at the beginning of the show, because they were saying that he was beneath Triple H, and then Vince came out and said again that he was beneath Triple H. So, are they trying to push him, or are they burying him? It seemed like they couldn't make up their mind what they wanted to do, So they weren't saying you're going to get hurt or you're going to get beat down. They were just like saying, "Oh, don't bother because he's a waste of space." Like, why are you fighting this guy in the first place?
Yeah, well, like you said, you did say to me in the week that this was a massive rewrited show.
Yeah, well. Yeah, they were going up against Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, so like it was Miami Heat against Indiana Pacers. So I think Vince panicked, so they rewrote the whole show, and obviously he put himself on, and he put Steph on, and they were in Connecticut. So I just think that it was good to see Steph, and it's always good to see Vince, but whether this part worked, I'm not sure. And I just didn't like the way they were burying him.
The jury's out for that. All right, guys, let's go to segment 2, which was the Shield versus Orton and Team Hell No. Jace, did you think like Steph was gonna get powerbombed when the Shield music hit? Because it was just like, oh, the Shield music's hitting and they're in there, and you know, did you see a powerbomb coming?
Do you know what? That didn't even cross my mind till just then. That would have been pretty peak if they did that. It was just like, it was just as soon as I heard the Shield music, it was just like, you know, there goes the neighborhoods. Just knew it was just gonna go down. But I was quite surprised that the match just kind of started just kind of fluid, didn't it? It wasn't really that much the Shield. I love how they enter as well. They don't use the, you know, trying to think what the word is. They didn't use conventional methods. They just, wherever they come from, they just sat in row B32, music played, oh, that's us. And then they just roll up. I do like that there. But that match, I loved that match. It was sick. Absolutely loved that match. Just things like Orton when he was down and he's all drop kicking guys when they're trying to hit him with the aerial. Just, yeah, loved it. Good chance.
Did you think, Daniel Bryan is just on one again. Now, partially to what we were saying before about the push, do you think this whole thing now around Daniel Bryan, it will just only elevate him that much more in terms of the fans, and that it will, you know, take non-believers that much further and actually respect his, you know, his ability as not only as a wrestler but as a performer?
Well, yeah, I think so, because they gave him the world title, and then obviously they put him up and he was mostly fighting big men. Obviously, he fought like Mark Henry, fought Big Show, and he was the little guy against the big guys, and then he had the Sheamus feud. And obviously, I think we're still feeling like from what happened in like WrestleMania 28, where he lost in like 18 seconds, and the crowd turned against the WWE and went for Daniel Bryan. You know, started with a yes chance, and it's been like a slow build from there. But he's been doing it himself, with his personality, with his wrestling, and I think he's sort of like won the, like, in inverted commas, WWE universe, but then also like the internet wrestling community, you know, everyone's big on Daniel Bryan, and no one wants him to be turned heel. They just want him to be pushed as he is, and I think that, like, you know, they shouldn't really change anything. They should just keep pushing him forward the way he is. He doesn't need a heel turn.
E2J, now obviously I know that you're a massive New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, but is Daniel Bryan one of the best wrestlers in the world right now?
Yeah. Guys wrestled in Japan. You need to check out his matches, because the American Dragon can do it. Like, before, the thing that was making CM Punk the best in the world when obviously he was holding the title and stuff, was the fact that he had the main spots and stuff, and he was getting the TV time. He was getting those longer matches that he could show off. Do you know what I mean? That was the things that people would pop on. And now you've got Bryan doing it now, and it seems like he's going out there and he's loving it each week. It's like, you're giving me that spot, give me that more time. I'm going faster and harder, man. I just can't, like, I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything about this, because I might, like, disappoint myself, but I hope they got big things lined up for him, and I hope they just stick with him, and just, because I mean the guy does all the stuff that Cena does for the kids. He does all that. He's a down to earth guy. He's straight edge. You can't knock Daniel Bryan, man. It's just, he's one of those guys, and yeah, I'd love to see a best in the world, or like a match for best in the world. They could even have that title for title Iron Man match, Punk versus Bryan. I know we're back to that again, but yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, boy, you just says it all. Kids are wearing goat faces. End of story. Segment 3 saw Triple H, Vince, and Steph backstage. Jace, Steph called Triple H Paul. Did that surprise you?
A little bit. I do miss the Hunter Hearst Helmsley, you know, the tagline there. But yeah, I guess it's just one of the things now, isn't it? He's moved on from, even though he's still being called Triple H, he's not Triple H anymore, you know what I mean? He's just kind of moved out of that persona. He's more official now, isn't it? You know, he doesn't, you know, if Shane turned up, he wouldn't still be calling him Shane O'Mac. It'd be Shane McMahon, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just going with the times, really.
Shugs, what do you think was in that piece of paper that Vince McMahon was holding?
I don't. Who knows? It could have just been a list of people he wanted to fire. Could have been a new Kiss My Ass Club. It could have been anything, you know. I just think Vince is just crazy. Vince just does what he wants, you know.
But what were the implications? Because he handed it to Triple H.
Well, yeah, but he's just. I think he would. Maybe it was his Viagra prescription. Who knows?
The funny thing is, saying about the Viagra, like Vince did just leave Steph and Triple H in the office by themselves and the door shut. So maybe there was a one blue pill in there. You never know. You never know.
It's just like, do your thing.
Yeah. that would be some messed up shit. Man is palming off his daughter, just raw, just, yeah, there's a room. Do your thing. Do your thing, Paul. Do your thing. Alright, well, let's go to segment 4, which was the Usos versus the Primetime Players. We saw the Usos get pyro and face paint, which was drawn on by my 1-year-old son. Shugs, do you think the Usos deserve a push?
No.
Straight no.
It's just like, why? Why do they deserve a push more than the Primetime Players? I think it's probably because they're a face tag team, and then obviously if someone's gonna feud with the Shield, they're gonna have to be a face tag team, and I think that is the only thing they got going for them, because obviously Primetime Players still really haven't had their run. Like, there was a time when you thought they were gonna beat Team Hell No, you thought they were gonna be the next tag team champions, but it just never happened. So I just think the Usos are just lucky enough that there's a lack of general faces in the WWE. You know, there's not many faces that you can rely on or who can go anywhere.
I love the face paint though. It's just like, they now have face paint.
Yeah.
Tune in after the break to find out why, and then you tune in and it's just like, oh yeah, they got face paint.
Oh my god, E2J. Do the Primetime Players need a little bit of a revamp?
Nah, leave them as they are. I've got written down here on my notes, why no push for PTP? Like, I agree with, like, this is the thing. Usos are good in the ring. They're good solid wrestlers. Obviously, WWE ain't got rid of them because they know that. But, like we were saying, they've just been allocated that spot because of the lack of faces. I mean, they're not consistent faces. Sometimes you have them as heels. Primetime Players just, I don't know. I think they would work. I just think they just need the light. They just need to have something, have a little angle going, have a little story, something to work with, and just be given that time, because like, they can do it on their own. They got massive, and they've got a fan base, and they can be funny as well, even though they're heels. Do you know what I mean? I think that they can get over by being heels by playing like the humor as well. In the ring, both of them can go. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they just ain't getting pushed.
I think that they could easily be face as well, because they're not like overtly heels. They're like a bit cocky and they like a bit talked down to the crowd. But I think it would be easy to turn the Primetime Players into faces, easy, because people like Titus O'Neil. You know, I don't think they like the Black John Cena as much. Mr. No Days Off, Darren Young. But I think people like Titus, you know, and I know he dropped the F-bomb the other week, but that's fine. But like, I just think the Usos, I think like switching those two tag teams would be better. Like, there's nothing better than a good Samoan heel. You know,
tell me about
we're just gonna go in there with no shoes on and just kick people in the head. You know, so it'd be easier to switch these two around and have but then obviously the Shield are gonna be tag team champions for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. E2J. Head shrinklers, that's all we're saying.
Yeah, man. You need to put that theme tune music on. You need to put that theme tune music on in the background when you edit the Shugs.
You know what? I like the Usos theme tune, but like when they stop doing all this shit and then just their jam kicks in.
Yeah.
I'm on top, cause even my peak, and everything they said was out of my reach. So close now, did it all for the homestand.
Yeah, that's
kind of like lazy beat, and you could imagine like a car on the fucking hydraulics.
Yeah.
And the Usos riding in that, but you know.
Yeah, Jace, I'm just gonna ask you something quick time. Do you reckon the problem with the primetime players may be to do with their lack of consistency with the fans? Maybe because they don't feel like their gimmick is as real enough, or that because Darren Young doesn't portray that character as real enough with his fake afro.
I was gonna say that's because Titus O'Neil, he's more the superstar of the two. You know, there's always an A guy and a B guy, and it just seems like Young's trying, but he just isn't doing a very good job. One thing that I noticed as well, though, is just that, like, you know, the Usos got their intro and stuff. I saw primetime players, like, their intro was in the break, was it not?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see them cut. So straight there, that's a bitch slap there. You didn't even get to hear their music, don't get to see them come in. It's just, they're you know, don't worry about them. We'll have commercials instead, which kind of, you know, if you're gonna try and, if they were ever to get a push, that's not the way to get it.
You know they're gonna lose when they get that entry. That's just
the jobber entrance.
The jobber entrance. You know they're gonna lose.
Exactly.
Just such a quick suggestion, yeah. Bring in MVP, take out Darren Young, MVP, primetime players. Boom. That would be sick.
Ballin'.
Ballin'. Let's go to segment 5. Alberto Del Rio versus Big E Langston. So, guys, this is the 5th match of the series. Shugs, okay, since when was this a best out of 7 series, a la Booker T versus Chris Benoit? Like, what's going on?
Well, I just think that it was still the holding pattern. We were in the holding pattern waiting for Ziggler. So then they just kept booking them against each other, having disputed finishes. One wins on Raw, one's on SmackDown. One wins on SmackDown, one wins on Raw. So I just think they really did not have anything better to do. And with Swagger out of the occasion, they couldn't even mix up the matches between the three. So then it was just Big E and Del Rio left and nothing else. So I think that's just the case of what it was.
E2J, do you like their run of matches? Did you like their course of matches? Was it credible enough to get over while Ziggler's, out of the picture?
In ring, I don't think it's been that bad, to be honest. I think they could have done with a bit more time. I think Del Rio's always better in the ring when he's got more time. And Big E can hang with him. That's the thing. It's worked. I mean, like with AJ there as well. Obviously, there's a bit more interest. Like you got the manager getting involved. But it's just the best of 7 come out of nowhere. So it's just, I was like a bit shocked by that. And obviously it's just like to cover their ass because they're booking the same match each week. And we can't fucking go off on them like as bad now. So, because they've covered themselves. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just they haven't got anything else lined up for it, like we said. And I just keep, like, every time I've seen this, I'm waiting for the next piece of the puzzle to come together so we can see what's actually going to go down. But I think it's just a waiting game, to be honest. Yeah.
WWE, I got something for you. If you think that you're going to pull the wool over our eyes, like I keep saying to you, trying to take man for idiot, stop it. Stop them things, man. Like, trying to think that we don't know this is, you keep booking the same match. You idiot. It's not just kids are watching, fool. Grown folk, too.
Can I just pipe in a second? And WWE Universe, whoever does the costumes, could Big E just wear some shorts, please? I'm fed up of seeing his ring attire disappear where the sun don't shine.
Jace, man, I've been there, I've done that, I tried. I wrote a letter, right? I wrote a letter. No lie now, I wrote a letter.
Kenny's just happy because he's repping. He's got the lion. And Kenny sees the lion, and it wouldn't be matter if he was wearing just like a Borat mankini. Kenny's repping, and that's it.
Oh my God! You know what? I'm just leaving that right there. Segment 6, we saw Sheamus versus Cody Rhodes. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to go with Shugs right now and just say, listen, I am really starting to hate this guy. Jace, do you like Sheamus?
Do you know what? In my notes, I just put, I got so much under everything, and underneath that, I just put yawn. It just, that match didn't really appeal to me at all. Obviously, a little while back, it was quite entertaining, where Mark Henry had the belt, but in terms of this time, I don't really like him, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
E2J, do you echo the same thing as Jason? Was it a good match?
That's the thing, both these guys are quality wrestlers. It's just you ain't really giving them anything apart from just showing off that Sheamus is a prick, pretty much. I'm just bully Sheamus, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go out and mess with Sandow after and everything. It's just like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, it's upsetting when Sandow ain't getting a match on Raw, and this is one of the best guys like on the roster as well. That frustrates me. Obviously, I understand they put him there because he can talk and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's like I want some of these matches. Well, most of them actually, not all of them. They need to be, but you can have the filler matches. I understand that's part of like the business and stuff. The whole Big E and Del Rio thing is a bit of a wind up. But like with Sheamus and Cody Rhodes, there needs to be more to like fill in the booking for it and stuff. Like there needs to be more to it, like rather than just random matches just set up for Raw. Like that's what frustrates me. Obviously, I know it's entertainment. You just got matches; they're just set, aren't they? But like, why? What's the build to this match?
Yeah, that's a good question. Which I'm going to hand over to Shugs, because Shugs, Damien Sandow is your boy. Your boy's getting bullied, fam. What happened at the end of the match?
Well, this is the thing. Like, so what are they actually trying to say with this angle? Are they trying to say that, you know, no matter how smart you are, if there's someone who's bigger and stronger, you're going to get the beatdown? Because that is basically what they're saying. Because obviously, usually it's going to be the other way round, where you've got a heel who's a bully, and you've got a smart face who's going to come out on top by using his brains. But then it's just like, I don't know what they're trying to portray in this angle. You know, it makes no sense. But I just think that obviously Sandow was decent on commentary. Cody Rhodes always has a good match, but he never seems to win. And I just think Sheamus is just going to keep getting pushed because, you know, he works out with the right people. He's like a junior John Cena, and, you know, he works out with Triple H, so he's just going to keep burying people. And we're just going to have to like it because Sheamus is at the top of the roster, you know?
Yeah, just hopefully Mark Henry, this Get Better Dog, come back. I just want to hear your music. Somebody's going to get an ass kicked, and that person is Sheamus. Right, let's go on to segment 7. This is Fandango versus the Great Khali. So, Fandango runs away again in this match, okay? He gets stopped by The Miz, and then The Miz takes one hell of a dirty, what they call it, bullhammer by Barrett. Boom! So, E2J, what the fuck happened to the match? No announcement saying man got counted out or nothing. The match just done.
Yeah,
they go to break, and what's up with that?
What's up with that? What is that like that? What's that? Hurricane, isn't it?
Hurricane, yeah. What's up with that?
I don't know, man. Like, it's interesting that there's obviously they're going with like what we guessed on weeks ago, that they're going to mix it up into a freeway. So these guys don't like each other, but you got one match kind of going into the next match, haven't you? Like, obviously Barrett and Miz were after, but yeah, like it just seemed all over the show. The only thing like I can say is positive about this is Great Khali's getting airtime, so it's joke. It was, yeah. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't know what to make of it because you got Fandango coming out. Yeah, he was on fire, and then it's just, he's getting just stale each week now. It's like, obviously I can watch the guy in the ring, and yeah, he can do that, but they just need to give him something a lot more. Like, they need to give him the IC title or something. Because at the moment, it just don't seem like he's got the hype that he had. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that if you don't keep on top of it, it's just gonna fade out. It's just a bit frustrating. I don't really know like what is going on with this.
They're trying to make us like, I don't know what they're trying to do. At the end of the day, when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, are you wanting us to preempt what's going to happen at the end of the match? So when you look at the results on Raw, what's it going to say? Blank. You know what I mean? Like, are we meant to insert ending of the match here? Like, what's going on? Shugs, is this feud kind of is it kind of flat?
Yeah, I suppose because usually if you have a feud like this, somebody comes out on top each week. Somebody different comes out on top. And I suppose you did have with Miz being guest referee, and then this week it was like Miz again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So usually each one of the wrestlers should have a chance to come out on top, which we're not getting. So then, you know, you're not getting really interested in it. We're not thinking who could win this match, you know?
Yeah.
It just looks like they're really going to put the Miz back on top. I'm hoping Fandango's going to win, but it looks like they're putting the Miz back on top.
Yeah.
And the IC title isn't getting any type of prestige. It's not like they're feuding over the IC title or they're doing anything. They're just three guys who don't like each other.
Well, could this happen then? Could this then, once they put the title on the line and stuff in the triple threat, could this then be a nice little feud over the title between all three of them going, a bit down the line? Kind of like back when they had the whole Chris Jericho, Chyna, and Jeff Jarrett angle.
Yeah, but they don't even mention the IC title. It doesn't get mentioned. They just Miz mentions that he doesn't like Barrett. Fandango mentions that he doesn't like any of them, and then, Miz doesn't like Fandango. It's just like, why are they feuding? Just because they just don't like each other. That's it.
Okay, well, with that, we'll go straight into segment 8, because what happened is Barrett versus Miz just started. So now I'm just going to give the floor to Jace the Ace. So now you're going to have to... Alright, you're in Little Man's Court, okay? You have to plead your case into why you like the Miz, because right now there's question marks, fam.
Do you know, I just remember just watching it and just being like, this guy, like, I could be the Miz. Like, I'm just watching it thinking, there's something about him that I feel is me. Just the way he carries on about the ring, the way he's just carrying himself, and like I said, just all I keep thinking about is just the way that he done this special guest referee. That's exactly how I would have done it. Just literally take the piss out of everyone and then just walk away smiling. I just love the way he does them kind of things.
So that means you're a natural heel at heart, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Or a natural ball bag at heart.
Oh, wow.
Like the Miz. Is that how you want to go on? That's how you want to conduct yourself. That's no way to conduct yourself.
Oh my God.
Well, you got a spanner in the works every now and again. Everybody on their toes. You know how it is.
Well,
Shugs, Barrett loses again. WTF.
Mate, but it's just like when he took the Miz out, so he hits the Miz with his finisher before the match. The ball hammer is supposed to be his finisher. That's supposed to take people out. So then he recovers during the break, and they have like a full match. It wasn't really a really long match, but they had like quite a decent match for time, like, what was it, like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. And then he loses after he's already hit his finisher at the beginning of the match. It's just like, what's going on? Like, what are they doing? I don't think... So, all we've asked this fucking show is, what are they doing with all these people? So, all the angles, so far, Curtis Axel, we don't know what they're doing. The Shield and Orton versus Hell No, well, that's sort of... We still don't know who Team Hell No are going to be fighting. And it's like a week from the pay-per-view. Usos and Primetime Players, what are they doing? Are they pushing Usos? Del Rio and Big E, what are they doing? We don't know. Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, Sunday, what are they doing? We don't know. And then this is another one. Just nothing is happening.
Yeah, I gotta echo that. It's just dumb because they're making their champ lose on Raw and SmackDown every week, right? But they're making him win the pay-per-views. This is stupid logic. Are we meant to then invest in this guy that loses on TV, free TV, mind? Because some people don't pay the how much ever it is, obviously it's £15 here, but it's like $60 odd in America. Like, you really think people's gonna pay their money just to see Barrett win when on free TV this guy loses every week? So now we're meant to think that he deserves to be the champion. It's stupid. You're meant to be elevating this guy with the belt, but instead you're making him look like an absolute pum. Just, oh God, you get me. Free TV speaks a lot, which means this guy's meant to be winning on free TV like you used to in the past. Superstars. Do you reckon Bret Hart's losing to these guys every week? No. Bret Hart is kicking ass. Skinner getting his ass kicked. Repo Man getting his ass kicked. Mountie getting his ass kicked. This is what meant to be happening. The title, the guy got the title. He loses at pay-per-views. He doesn't lose at fucking Raw. It's like making man watch a house show and making him lose on the house show. Dumbass shit.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, because Kinny Killa said so. Sugs, make sure you put the rant music in that shit.
Okay.
Right, segment 9. Punk, Jericho, contract signing, or should say Heyman, Jericho contract signing. Don't know which one it is. E2J. So the contract signing was for a match with no implications. What are they doing again? We had the contract signings with Triple H and stuff before, and Lesnar, and they had implications at the end. But was this again another flat angle?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards because it shouldn't have been, because we basically had Heyman and Jericho in the ring the first time when he basically called out Punk, and then we've got pretty much the same thing again, but it's just called a contract signing. And like Heyman said, they could have done it backstage in private. They didn't need to do it in the ring. Obviously, I don't know what to make of this. I can see Punk's got to go over, surely. Mm-hmm. But I don't really know where they're going with it, though. Like I said before, I was shocked when Jericho come out and called out Punk randomly. I don't really know, man. Honestly, I don't know how to call this. It just seems like wow. Punk's got to return. When's Punk come back to work? Okay, who have we got then? Jericho's there. Yeah, Jericho can make it a good match. He's always a good worker. Do you know what I mean? I'm not taking away from that, because they'll have a damn good match in the ring, but the build and stuff, you need to have a good build, and you need to have it it needs to build, like you said. What we got now? We got a week to the. No, it's 2 weeks in it, but it's obviously you got one more. Yeah. So everything needs to be leaving it to the last week. It doesn't work for me. It don't work for me.
Jace, what did you think of the segment?
I just like how, going back to the costume guy, I like how they recycled HBK's chaps and made it into a jacket for Jericho. That's cutting corners. But yeah, no, it just like you keep saying about why they're doing certain things. It just felt like it was just a big fill. Like even when it come to the contract being signed, why is Jericho putting it down Heyman's pants, down the front? It's just like. Yeah, because Jericho's really good, and creating suspense in the way he says things. He was just taking ages talking about filing it, and the way he's just badding him up, stand up, undo your jacket, and then he puts the contract in the front of his trousers. Come on! I just felt like it was a bit of a. They were just filling time with that, I reckon, more than anything else.
Shugs, will Punk return as a heel or a face?
I just think that he can't be a heel in Chicago. The only way he's going to be a heel is if he doesn't turn up.
True.
If something happens and then they've just...
that's good booking there. That's good booking. You shouldn't have said that, because we might get it now. They might be listening. They might have this podcast tapped.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, but that's it. I just think that that's the only way they can do it. That if he doesn't turn up. If he turns up and he wrestles, then how can he be a heel? How can CM Punk be a heel in Chicago? I can't see him turn on the crowd. I can't see him turn on the crowd. The only thing I can see is Paul Heyman turning on him.
So that's what I mean. After this, then after Chicago, what happens? Does he stay? Are they going to turn it heel or face? What would it be beneficial rolling into SummerSlam? Because we're thinking, who can he feud with? If he's meant to be a heel, which face can he feud with, really? So does the Heyman turning on him work? Because then he could face off against Brock Lesnar, couldn't he?
Well, if he's going to turn on him, he's going to turn and go with Jericho, isn't he?
No, I mean, if Heyman turns on Punk, in terms of, you've been away, you're my client, you've been away, and then Punk's a face, does that mean that he can face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? Is that an option?
Yeah, maybe, but I just don't. I think he's going to come back as a face. Mm-hmm. He's been away for the amount of time he has. He's going to come back. People are going to be glad to see him. And then he's just going to be a face. Just going to, you know, find his smile, a bit like Shawn Michaels. And then he'll be happy to be wrestling.
Cool. Alright, so we go on to segment 10, which is AJ and the Bellas versus Kaitlyn and the Funkadyactals.
Ain't nobody got time for that!
Alright. Why do the Bellas keep tagging with AJ? Okay, because she just dusses out on them every time. She does something every time. What kind of a bridging is... Listen, what kind of logic is that? That's like me and Sugs going into a scrap, and as soon as the first lick is thrown, I'm dusting out, and I'm looking at him, and I'm laughing at him getting his ass kicked. Like, what kind of a bridging is that? You get me? Why would you tag with someone like that?
Who's
like,
more heel?
Yeah. Literally, it's a fight for who's more heel. E2J, will we finally get an AJ versus Kaitlyn match at Payback a month after AJ actually won the Battle Royal?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. Honestly, like, I don't really know what's going on with these, and, like... just bring back the women's title, man. Bring back the women's title.
Yeah.
Divas, yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know what's really going on. I don't know, like... I can't really invest much in this at the moment. Like...
Shugs, did you take a piss break at this point?
Nah, I don't need to.
AJ was there, innit?
Yeah, just fast forward. Just fast forward it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always like to see AJ, to see if there's any nip slips or anything like that, but otherwise I just like fast forward through it, man. It's not even worth watching.
I know you'd rather stop the recording and go on to NXT and watch Emma bust her groove.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. It's just like there's just no interest in the Divas. She won this number one contender match like months and months ago it seems like, and then they haven't even been talking about her having the match. You know, it just doesn't get mentioned.
The thing that I find with the Divas matches as well is like it's not the same without the whole like the JR and the King banter over the women. Like if you just listen to the commentary over the top, there's just hardly any of it. We can hear just the women like screaming at each other in the ring. It's like
I'll tell you what the dudes are doing. They're taking a piss every week. They're taking a piss out of the women. Like JBL, Michael Cole. Like every week they take the make. There's no seriousness in it whatsoever. Oh gosh. All right. Well. Let's go. Well, I'm going to call segment 11 Shug segment because segment 11 is the Bray Wyatt promo number 2.
Would you like to hear a secret? Parents, I need you to stop lying to your children. You're telling them the monsters are not real. I swear, monsters are real. And who am I? What am I? Lightning. I'm everything. I'm the dirt grass beneath your toes. I'm a boxcar, a pack of matches. I'm the air that's all around you. All this is a riddle. Everything all around you is a riddle. Things may appear different than they really are. Thus is the mystery of me, open to the world's interpretation. We're coming.
So, Shugs, what did you think of number 2 promo?
Yeah, I think like it was. I think because we know we're expecting it now, so it wasn't as good as last week because that was just a surprise where we were just like finally because we've been waiting for it. But I think it's like a good job of like carrying on the story, piquing people's interest. So for like all those people who don't watch NXT and all those people who didn't watch Bray Wyatt, it's a good follow-on from last week, you know. Mm-hmm. And it shows more about the characters and he's speaking more, and like you know, I think it's just piquing people's interest, so they want to see him on TV. And you got Michael Cole talking about it, you know, talking about Bray Wyatt, like, and I wonder what he's gonna do, and you know what's gonna happen when he comes, and what people are gonna think. So yeah, I think it's good so far.
I just got to mention the message you sent me about watching the backstage the backstage fallout about the Wyatt family. Big E just kielbasa. What was he saying? He's eating kielbasa.
Yeah, he's just like, how you gonna talk to a man when I'm eating kielbasa? Don't you see I'm eating? Don't you see I'm eating? I got sausage. I got meat. What did you talk about Bray Wyatt? Sausage, meat. I'm just like, guy, man.
Bray Wyatt. I'm enjoying quality sausage, and you want to ask me about Bray Wyatt?
And they asked R-Truth. And they asked R-Truth, and it was just like, they stopped the guy on the street, and he just was like, he didn't know anything about wrestling at all. He's like, what, Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt? What? I'm just like, this is so joke.
I don't know what to say about it. Whatever that was, bro. That's weird, creepy. It wasn't a video, I'll tell you that.
But even that, you just watch that in The Miz, I just want to kick him in the face.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a... Oh, my God. E2J, how far do you reckon Wyatt can go?
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to this at the moment, so... I think he can go far, but it's not all about, like, you can't put all the pressure on the wrestlers, because at the end of the day, it comes down to booking, and it comes down to the company being willing to run with these guys. As a wrestler with his gimmick, I think he can go as far as he wants to. There's certain wrestlers that can do that, and just by, I just can't wait for it, man. I just want, obviously, I want more, but at the same time, obviously, you don't, because obviously, like, the promos, that's the best thing about teasing them, bringing them out slow, so, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think he can go as far as he wants, pretty much. I'm just hoping that they book him right, and obviously they don't just write him off straight away, because, like, what's happened to these new guys that are coming now, apart from the Shield, like, Fandango's, unless he wins the IC title, like, and actually, then they run with him a bit more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't really cover their self for talent burning out quick. Do you know what I mean? Like their angles and, like, obviously their characters getting stale. They don't really plan for that at all. So that's the only downfall with WWE booking, I think. Like, they don't obviously cover these guys. I think he's going to go far, but if you let them go, then they can just go, because people forget about them. You need to keep them in the limelight. You need to keep them in front of the screen, and they'll do their thing, and it'll work.
Yeah, I don't think there's much long-term planning, like, you know what I mean?
No.
I think that's what Ed was trying to say, because, you know, they might have a plan for, like, we're going to bring Bray Wyatt up, he's doing really well, and they're going to do this, but there's no, like, 6 months. I don't think they even plan, like, 6 months in advance. I think the only thing they plan with any time in advance is WrestleMania, who they want to be in the main events of WrestleMania, and then they might look to that. But apart from that, you know, nothing.
Okay. Alright, let's go to segment 12, which was Daniel Bryan versus the Ryback. Jace, did Daniel Bryan get your respect after this match?
Do you know what? He just went ham the whole show. He just went ham. I mean, he's suffering from little man syndrome. You know, it happens. Kenny gets it quite often.
Nah.
But yeah, it's just one of them things where, like, he had something to prove. You know, they done the whole backstage thing, and people saying to him, you know, look, like, you're not the weak link. And yeah, so he just needed to show what he could do. I think it's just quite good as well how, like, agile and dexterity is for his frame. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like some thin guy, but he's still doing all, like, backflips over people. He's still doing quite some high flying maneuvers. It's quite enjoyable to watch. And yeah, I just like the way that, like, you know, 80% of the match he was kicking Ryback's ass. I bet my nan enjoyed that match. I can hear her just watching the TV now, you know?
Okay, people, after Jason made that statement about little man syndrome, Jason will no longer be on the show. I'm joking. I'm 5'7" and long and strong, people. Shugs, did you think Bryan made it believable that he could actually beat the Ryback?
Yeah, and I think it's like a sort of like a double rub, because Ryback's always looked good when he's in the ring with good wrestlers, you know? So he's looked good against Jericho, he's looked good against Kane, and he's looked good like the couple of times he's fought Daniel Bryan recently. And I think that, you know, Daniel Bryan got lots of the offense in, and then Ryback just comes in with these power moves, and it makes him look powerful. But yeah, I thought it was a good match, which is rare for a Ryback match. And I thought Daniel Bryan made him look good.
Yeah, well, it echoes their other match that they had on SmackDown, you know. It was really good. So, this now ends segment 12 and goes into the last segment, which is Cena versus Axel. Curtis Axel, that is, not Axel Foley. In a no disqualification match. Okay, so they put it as a no disqualification match to stop the countouts. So why the hell was there countouts? Why the hell is there countouts? Like, E2J, what did you think of the match, though?
I just want to add one thing quickly.
Yeah.
I read online after Raw, Cena recovered and put Ryback through a table. What the fuck? Like,
what?
After Raw, Cena recovered and put Ryback through a table to keep the fans happy. Like, after it went off air.
Oh wow! So they sopranoed us with the fade to black.
And yeah, basically, like, I like Axel. I want him to do good and everything. But these guys that are booking these matches don't even know how to book matches. What is going on? Like, it's just when I see Axel against Cena, it's like I look forward to right. I'm gonna see some good wrestling here. And to be fair, they could go in the ring, but they didn't give them enough time. And then you get the shitty booking coming in. It's just frustrating. It's just like, what the hell?
They're bringing in these soap writers. That's why. That's what's going on.
And obviously, Axel needs to be getting legit heat, not like, I don't want him getting like obviously technicality wins and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like they've done, like I'll say it again. They've done it with Sheamus. They've done it with Del Rio, I believe. And Swagger. They did it like worse than anyone I've ever seen before. They, like, do you know what I mean? He was champ at the time, and he wasn't beating anyone, but he was the champ. He was just getting shitty technical wins, and I hate that booking. I just hate that, man. Like, if they keep it up like this, I hope something big happens with Axel and Triple H, because if they keep it up like this, I think it's just gonna hurt him. Bring in good characters, and then you hurt him by shitty booking. So. Yeah.
Shugs, what did you think of Ryback's part in this? Because obviously he comes out and, well, he put Daniel Bryan through a table, you know. He comes out and then he deals with Cena and puts him through a table. Now, was this a bit of a catch-22 for you? Because I know you don't like Ryback, but you also don't like Cena. Cena got through a table. Ryback looked strong. You know? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it was, like, okay. Like, the thing is with this Ryback Cena, it's just like I'm still not interested. They didn't do anything to make me more interested. You know, Cena going through the table. I know it was a build towards their match, and they had, like, one of the falls is like a tables match, but I still don't want to see it. Still do not want to see it. You know.
Well, we're not gonna have a choice because we gotta review it and all that. So we're gonna see, hopefully, a good 3 Stages of Hell, but what good 3 Stages of Hell match is there with a bloody lumberjack match? Jace, your Raw rating, please, out of 10.
Out of 10, I give it an 8. I did quite enjoy it. The thing is, it was a bit messy, but I still enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go at 8.
Well, E2J, what's yours?
Right, this is the thing. I enjoy it when I just don't look into it too much, and then when I start looking into it and like trying to analyze it and trying to think why they did stuff, it kind of like trying to make sense of it sometimes like just hurts it. Sometimes I just need to put it on and just watch it and not look into it. But
okay,
then,
as a fan.
Alright, so the Shield versus Orton, hell no. That obviously Daniel Bryan, man. I mean, like, Shugs, I put here for his match against the Shield and Orton, hell no, I put Shugs move of the week. That finish was crazy.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, that I was putting that on rewind so many times.
What do we call it? The chicken wing face buster.
Chicken wing face buster.
Definitely.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 7. A high 7.
I'm gonna say, well, like, I like to look through. So, like, when you ask me this, and I look through, so, like, Shield, hell no, good match. Del Rio, Big E was okay. Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, the match was decent, but I just didn't like Though obviously I don't like Cody Rhodes losing, and I don't like Sheamus, but it was a good wrestling match. Fandango, Khali, rubbish. Barrett and Miz, rubbish. Bella's, some rubbish. Bray Wyatt promo, good. And then Cena, Ryback, Cena, Axel. So, Bryant, Ryback, Cena, Axel. So, yeah, I suppose that I'll give it a 7. Just, so like
Okay.
a high 6.9 to a 7.
Okay. Alright, well, that's the end of Raw, people. And we're about to go into Smackdown in 60 seconds.
All right,
Roll with
so,
it, Chugs.
wait, Dave. Before we start, because we have a certain guest on the show, and he always complains about the length of Smackdown in 60 seconds.
Wait, Jason. You
I
gang
didn't
banging.
complain. I made an
You gang
observation.
banging.
I made an observation. That's
So,
all.
Alright.
this week, I'm going to officially attempt to actually make Smackdown and 60 seconds literal.
I don't even know why you even answered to him.
Because it's not even answering to me. He's just a man that likes a challenge. You say 60 seconds, you give him it.
Alright, let me get my stopwatch.
And I'm going to make it actually be what I say. Smackdown in 60 seconds is going to be 60 seconds. So, in 3, 2, 1. Go. Miz TV. Arguments. Miz is stirring up shit. Kane leaves. So we get, it's the Mac Militant. He makes Orton and Bryan versus the Shield. Axel Jericho. Heyman on commentary compared Axel to Money Mayweather. And then they pull a trick. It's clobbering time. We think Punk's coming out. No. Roll up. End the match. Kane and Ryback backstage. My girlfriend was watching. She was like, these two are gross. 3MB against ADR. What the fuck was that? And Ricardo Rodriguez jumps off the top rope, which is the best thing in the match. Kane Ryback, hard hitting, sets at the table, almost does a waist high power bomb. So it's not really a power bomb if it's waist high. Finally, next match, Sheamus gets a beat down from Sunday, smashes his head into the table. Orton came backstage. Fandango Rider, job in your hometown. Powerbomb, leg drop, Fandango wins. Orton Bryan versus Hell No. Ambrose makes the save. Shield get cleared from the ring, and then Bryan gets an RKO, fade to black.
Do you know what? I like it. I won't even get nitpicky. That was sick.
That was 1 minute and 11 seconds.
I like it.
Who's clapping?
I fumbled on Ricardo Rodriguez's name. I've been losing people's names these days. Getting old.
It's good though.
I was 34 the other week, guys, so allow me in it. Loud the old man.
That's good.
Alright, yeah. Well, I'm gonna do the little Booker T Harlem Heat thing. Jason, I'm coming for you. Okay, guys, we're about to go into the best segment of all time, because you're about to get stunned by Sugs Stunners.
Okay, so Sugs Stunners, Jobber of the Week. So this jobber is getting, I think it's his third award, because when they want someone to win a match or when they want someone to look good, they roll out this guy. But this time he was in Long Island, in his hometown, and he just got that big leg drop and a 1, 2, 3 from Fandango. So Jobber of the Week, once again, he's making this award his own, is Zack Ryder.
Wow.
Move of the Week, sponsored by E2J, the Human Highlight Reel, is the chicken wing facebuster from Dean Ambrose. He hit it on Monday Night Raw, and Daniel Bryan sort of flipped out to the side. He didn't even go straight down, and sort of twisted his neck, and it's like his head was going to come off, and it just looked horrible. And then the rest of the week, there can only be one winner, and it is the American Dragon, Mr. Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan, just been on fire. He's get that hot tag, and he's just taking people down. And then one-on-one, he's just coming with that hard offense. And, he's just the top wrestler in the company at the moment. With no Punk, he's the best there is. at the moment. So Daniel Bryan, rest of the week.
Well done, Brian. Well done, Brian. And also, I'd like to compliment you on your beard, because it's grown an extra 2-3 inches a little bit. So
it's
well
sort
done,
of like growing into his hair, so it's hard to distinguish between hair and beard at the moment.
yeah. You really are looking like the Billy Goat's Gruff. God damn it. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of the show. And next week is the Go Home show, and also is the Payback Predictions show. So, hopefully we have a guest, a special guest, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're going to, do our thing, try and put the work out there, try and get people on. We're doing our thing. We're trying to make links with people out there, so we're doing our thing. I'd like to say thanks, as always, to the hashtag tech guy, the goddamn sugar shugs.
You know how we do. A few technical problems off air, but you guys don't need to know about that.
Well, they know now. Obviously, also got to say thanks to the human highlight reel himself, Mr. E2J.
No problem, pleasure as always. Quick question though, how can Ryback rule if Roman reigns?
Yes, Ed. I forgot about that.
You told me to add that in there. So.
I like that. Those old that's a paradox for our listeners.
That's some gentle comedy right there. And obviously our guest, Jace The Ace. Thanks, bro, for coming on. This won't be the last time. The man with the intro.
I do hope to make a shorter one, so if people are fed up of the intro that's as long as Smackdown in 60 seconds, I'll try and get a shorter one for you.
And Jason is a tech guy in training,
In training.
Because coming soon, he's gonna have to replace the gallium sugar if that's possible. We know it ain't, but so I got him training.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, man.
No problem, man.
So just anyway, listening, all you need to do is just a drunken phone call on a Saturday. 2 weeks later on a Sunday, you'll be on the show. It's that simple.
While you're here, do you want to do any plugs? Do you want to do any shout-outs?
No, not really. Just Sunday Segue. I'm trying to push it as much as I can. We're gonna make it big.
Thanks, man. As always, thanks, man. All right, guys, follow us on Twitter, please, at Sunday Segue. Also, the blog, the Sunday Segue.blogspot.co.uk, YouTube, email, sundaysegue@gmail.com. Also, the great Podomatic, and download that Double Twist player. And as always, I'm going to finish, but this time in the words of the Iron Sheik, Iran, #1, America.
Too much.
Oh, now choke on that, slap nuts. Peace out.
Peace out.